Or out there. It's just it's actually really great. So I'm kind of pissed I stopped wrestling when I did, but either way, I'm still having fun doing this. By the way, let me throw out there too. If you're watching on Twitch, first of all, thank you. Second of all, if you want to throw a question out there on chat, I will get it to them at the end here. Won't have too much more time with them, but I'll try and get one or two. Just throw them in there in the Twitch chat. I will read a comment, though, right away from a Sasso Rivera. Quote, Hughes is the best big man working right now.
Yeah, my boy Sasso, the modern vintage. Yeah, man, that's my dude right there, yo. Like he was one of the first guys that I actually tagged with when I first broke in, and a little bit we tagged for about a few months and split up after that. But we're looking to work some new stuff together now, so it's definitely going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Again, so much opportunity out there, as you all have kind of stated already previously. If you're not watching me live, we're on the line with Barrington Hughes, Dan Ragu, and Santeria Cortez. Uh, Dan, let me just kind of get you in on a question here too. You were talking about how you all got together. What what do you see the gold standard at, and going forward? Like, what do you see this tag team being established more like on more television and more? What's the end game for the gold standard here?
Well, the gold standard, just to clarify, is not exactly a tag team. We are a group. We are an entity. We've had members in the past. We've had auditions with other people to come in that didn't work out, and we are thinking we may very well expand. That could potentially be a thing. What will happen in the next couple of years for the gold standard? I really don't know because I'm not a fortune teller. I just truly want success for everybody that I'm helping with. I am a ambassador. I help out my people of my brand, and that is Santeria Cortez as of right now. That is Barrington Hughes as of right now. That can be multiple people later on down the road, but what happens and how I get there and what we do to become the most successful as an entity, as Barrington Hughes said before, about how the business has changed and now more and more people are helping each other out. That is what we were, because that in essence really is why we banded together. Because during the time when we first started out, we thought, okay, we're not banding together. The people in the world are not banding together. Everybody is an island, and they want to be themselves and not talk to anybody else and leave me alone. I'm doing me. You do you. But we saw each other as good people and honest people, and we enjoy each other's company like crazy. I don't know how they put up with me, but they do. And so we like each other, so we genuinely want the best for each other, and that is our goal. At the end of the day, whatever that does entail, I don't know because, like I said, I'm not a fortune teller, but that is my goal, to make sure that my friends and my clients and my people are successful. Whatever it means to do that, remains to be seen as of right this moment. But hey, as you said before, 2019 is a crazy thing. Barrington Hughes and I joking, we talk to each other all the time, almost daily. I bug him, and almost every conversation we at one point say the words, "Oh my God, wrestling is so weird because of all the crazy things that are happening, all the insane opportunities that are popping up that we years ago were like, that's not going to happen. Now it's, yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Holy crap!" And now, what's going to happen in 2019? I don't know, but I'm very excited to see. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's really going to be an unbelievable year, and I believe it's going to set a chain reaction of events going forward, uh, all over wrestling, and it really is a beautiful thing. Uh, Dan, let me ask you this then too, as an advocate slash manager, what's your favorite part of your job?
Favorite part of my job is honestly just the camaraderie of being with the people I enjoy. I cannot stress this enough. The gold standard is not just a wrestling bunch of guys that all get together and we are a group. No, it's I truly do believe these people are my family. I would do anything for these people because I love them like brothers, and I want the best for them, and that's my favorite thing. I remember I will forever love telling stories with my friends about that are not in the wrestling business, talking about the road trips and making terrible jokes about going to these crazy towns, and I should have never I should have never been able to go to these little small towns that
Twitter, Instagram at Dan the Bowtie Guy. Do you have Santeria? Do you have shows coming up that you want like to plug?
Yes. If you'd like to, I'll be helping out Saturday at Blueprint Pro Wrestling in Deerfield Beach, Deerfield, Florida, actually. Also on January 19th for Platinum Pro Wrestling in West Palm Beach at the CrossFit Squad. January 19th, I'll be in a not a triple, actually, a fatal four-way elimination match. Also on January 27th and every last Sunday of the month, you can catch me at Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. This January 27th, I'll be on a one-on-one match with Tank Abrams.
All right, awesome. And
that's all I have lined up so far.
Okay, and Dan, do you have anything coming up?
Well, I will be accompanying Mr. Santeria Cortez to Blueprint Pro Wrestling this Saturday in Deerfield. I will also be accompanying him and being with him to watch the matches at Platinum Pro Wrestling, which you guys can look them up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of their socials. Platinum Pro Wrestling, look them up. I highly recommend them as well because they have a very good talent. Wink, wink, my client. And we will then be going, of course, to Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling to finish off some business with a certain Tank at Tampa Bay Pro. I'm looking forward to that one because that's always a fun one because I get to travel with the guys again to a long period and we get to joke around and have the funniest, hilarious times. After that, we will be back, myself, Barrington Hughes. We will be in Coral Springs at Coral Springs High School, February 9th for Full Throttle Pro Wrestling. Barrington Hughes will be taking on Rob Terry for the Full Throttle World Championship. And that's going to be an interesting match. I'm looking forward to that one. There's going to be, I'm sure, other things in the past because I don't have exactly my calendar right in front of me, so a little bit on the spot on this one. But all my social media, we will be plugging these shows. Please check us out. Like you said, Dan the Bowtie Guy, Santeria Cortez, Instagram, Twitter, Hughesy Poo and the real Hughesy Poo on Instagram, Hughesy Poo on Twitter. You can check us out. We promise we'll be telling all of the different shows we got because there's going to be quite a bit. And unfortunately, as they say in professional wrestling, subject to change. You never know when certain things are going to happen. This Saturday, we originally were supposed to be going towards a show in Tampa that unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances beyond anybody's control, we couldn't do because of the venue. They will be postponing to another day. We're looking forward to coming back with them. It's going to be an interesting time. Who knows what's going to pop up, but as soon as we know what's going to be and as soon as we can confirm we're going to be there, you guys will all know, and I can't wait to share that with you guys.
All right, and one question here on the Twitch chat from Henry Bailman. I'll start with Santeria here with this one. He asks, what are your views on the current state of pro wrestling, and what can be done to make the scene show up more, in your opinion? As for me, I can see the massive growth from 2017 to now.
Yeah, I think there's just been a massive growth. I think it lines up with everything else that's trending in the world. I think you see a lot of women becoming fans of pro wrestling and getting into pro wrestling, which I think is a very positive thing. It's a good thing for people to do. Beyond that, like I think you asked me a question earlier, I think just pro wrestling is growing for the better. I think it gets you more opportunities out there for workers. I've just always been more of a creative mind person, and pro wrestling definitely lets me get out that creativity. And I think now more than ever, you're allotted more opportunities to get that out and use that as a platform to get your message out to whoever is in front of you and watching. I think pro wrestling, there's a lot of good and bad things about pro wrestling. I think for the majority, of things that have happened. It's all been good. And I just hope it continues to get good. A lot more people now have been able to, without signing to one major company, do this for a living by working for a multitude of companies or going overseas and being able to travel the world. Pro wrestling, to me, is giving me everything. And I think now more than ever, it has so much more to offer to everyone else, to fans, to workers, to owners, to promoters, to bookers, to podcasters, to radio hosts, writers, and everything in between, anything that I'm missing. It's just growing and it's creating more jobs and opportunities for everybody.
Amen to that. And Dan, for you?
I think that there's already kind of, like Santeria Cortez said, I think there's already a wave happening. I think more people are tuning in more than ever before. I think the reason why truly I believe there was that lull period, as people like to talk about, is that, social media and the internet were not exactly as prevalent as they are today. So all we really had to gauge interest and gauge interaction was Nielsen ratings, and if a person didn't tune into a show, or more people like came to a person's house, for instance, for like a viewing party or something, that was less viewerships because more and more people weren't watching individually and they couldn't map it the way. And I feel like with technology and with the way the world is working, we now have a way to go, oh wait, no, more people are still watching. Those fans that quote unquote left wrestling back when WCW went out of business and decided that they weren't going to be fans anymore, they're still here, and now they're finding different people that they like. They're finding independents that they like. They're finding all these different companies that they really enjoy. And now you're seeing this boom period where before, like you said, more people are now actually watching independent wrestling, and they have their own different style that they can watch, their own different genres that they can watch, and they could say, oh, I don't have to see what's going on that, and that's all the wrestling I get. It's, oh, I can check out any show I want, and it's really interesting, and I can decide, oh, do I like the athletic? Do I like lucha? Do I like strong style? Do I like Haas? Do I like chain wrestling, catch as catch can? Do I like all these different variations of wrestling? Well, one way to find out, watch it and find, because people ask me this all the time. They say, what would you show somebody who's never watched wrestling? And I always think that's a terrible way to start things off, because I can't just give them a single match and say, this will make you a wrestling fan. I have to gauge the person as an individual. If a person loves a suspense movie, I'm not going to show them a Joey Ryan match right off the bat and say, yeah, this will get you into wrestling, because granted, yeah, Joey Ryan, fantastic wrestler and amazing athlete and knows what he's doing with his brand, but that person may not like this comedy and may not like the way he does things right off the bat and maybe get turned off by it. I would show them something else, something a little more different, something maybe from like the Elites or something like that, and say, check this out. You might kind of dig this. And, oh, man, that's really cool. And then they can sit there, and the interesting part from there is you see the opponents in there and say, okay, I want to know more about this guy. Well, let's watch another match of his. Oh, that's cool. But who's his opponent? Okay, I want to know about this new person now. And then so on and so forth and so forth. And that's how I think that's how you gain new fans. And I think that's how more and more people are going to do it. They're going to see, oh, this is a new style that I'm used to. Let me watch it. Let me check it out. And that's how you get people.
And to fully answer the question, because I kind of didn't answer that second part, is how to make it better. Like, one of the differences I've seen is there's been more girls. Like, when I first broke in, there was hardly ever a women's match on a card that I saw when I first broke in, but at least now there are a couple more. And as long as promoters still keep giving opportunities to, girls and everybody else, just opportunities to new faces, I think it'll, at the end of the day, make them better, the workers. It'll give the audience fresh new faces. And as far as the workers, don't BS promoters. Don't make false promises that you can help do something and then you fall through. If you're just breaking in, or if you don't have a spot or anything like that, if you say you're going to do something, you better freaking do it. I mean, don't, as soon as you make that promise and you fall through, you might as well just forget it. You've already broken whatever trust or bond that could have been there. So that'd be